Alright guys, DJ the guildmaster back. We got another battle report for you guys. This time with Star Wars Legion. Myself and Markov are playing. We're both playing Empire. Something a little bit unique about this video. By the time you're seeing this, the Legion budget build, how to get into wargaming on a budget, should be going up. And this is actually that list I suggested people that you could build on a budget to get into wargaming fairly cheap. So we'll see how it does. Markov has graciously accepted my request to not play his beat face list with a bunch of tanks. So he put together a little bit something a little bit more, I guess, evenly matched. So we'll go through your list first, brother, and then just kind of walk us through what you're playing today.
Alright, so my leader is going to be Director Orson Krennic.
Okay.
Kind of there for the support and the ability to just put out suppression on your opponent.
Okay.
Very good for a control style play game.
Alright.
I have Boba Fett loaded up to around 150 points. His main focus is going to be dealing with my opponent's Vader. Usually typically good at dealing with those harder to deal with characters.
Okay.
I also brought Bosk, around 130 points for him. Gonna try to get an extra victory point, taking out his Imperial officer with Bosk.
Okay.
With the bounty rule on him. Some bare bones shore troopers, no extra units, no extra cards. They're just better at hitting than your typical stormtroopers, which I will have to deal with today.
Yeah, I have a giant horde of stormtroopers.
And then I brought Krennic's own Death Troopers as well for a little bit support into the core units.
Okay.
And then 2 speeder bikes for the ability to flank, and looks like possibly have to deal with the special forces and the snipers.
Okay. So, looks like a really good list. So my list was like the budget build list. So basically, it's Vader with Force Choke, Saber Throw, and Battle Meditation. A bare bones Imperial officer. 1 squad of speeder bikes with long range comms. And then 3 fully kitted out Stormtrooper squads with a rocket launcher, extra trooper, targeting scopes, and impact grenades for against cover, which there won't be too much cover in this. We put together a spaceport basically. Then 1 scout trooper squad with saboteur mines. They have long range comms, frag grenades. Then I also have a sniper squad. They have hunter, and they have the actual sniper rifle scope. Then I have the special forces. They're a little bit kitted out as well. They have offensive push, situational awareness, the special forces trooper, the T-21, frag grenade, and long range comms. The idea, whenever I built this budget list, a lot of these units I selected, you could build multiple units out of. The special forces, the Imperial officer comes in a 4-pack, which gives you upgrades for your units. So basically it gives you a good all-around beginner list. What we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and pick our mission cards. I won the coin flip, so I'm a little bit rusty on this, Markov. So I pick one furthest to the left or to the right?
Start on the left. And
Okay.
you'll pick 1 row, and you'll eliminate the first card in that row.
Okay.
We'll each go back and forth twice, picking a card, and then whatever's left face up is what ends up being our scenario.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and the rows are going this way, or are they going this way?
Rows go this way. So
Okay.
you'll eliminate 1 blue card, 1 red card, or 1 green card, or you can pass.
Okay, I am actually going to get rid of, I'm going to get rid of major offense.
Alright, so flip it face down.
Okay.
Zombies. I'm going to read this real quick.
VIPs are interesting to get to. There's 2 packs of
If at
them.
any time you want to use one of these, you get the order, you get to choose the order they activate in, so that you're not like.
I think I'm going to actually pass for my first one.
Okay.
Each 5 unique ones you kill, 'cause there's 5
Clear conditions is good. Limited visibility, not too sure about.
in the scenario.
funny. Some of these I'm putting the
Hmm.
wrong way. They're tilted and all that.
I'm actually going to.
Boomstick.
I am going to get rid of recovery supplies.
Yeah, because it's Ash versus the Evil Dead.
And it goes to you for the last one, correct?
Correct.
I did not
Okay.
make a mistake.
And I think with that,
How this is.
I think to make this just a little bit more interesting, I will get rid of the clear conditions.
Okay. So our deployment is battle lines, which is basically one
Normal
range,
setup.
one range in. Mission is intercept transmissions, which we basically set up a token in the middle. And then our conditions is limited visibility. We'll just say a sandstorm's coming in. Oh, that's kind of cool. I might be able to use one of my filters on here for low light. Alright guys, we're going to go up, set up the board. When we come back, we'll go into deployment, then our first turn. Alright, so we got deployment set up. We also measured, everything is about height 1, so our speeder bikes can fly over everything. I basically tucked mine back here, kind of hiding behind the wall. Blue Stormtrooper squad is here in the corner. Vader in the center. Snipers on the hill. Even though we have not very clear conditions, eventually I'll be able to see everything on the board. Green Stormtrooper squad in the middle with Vader. Generic officer and red squad on the hill. Special forces, because of their infiltrate role, deployed kind of behind the helipad, or the landing pad. My scout troopers, which I still have to move speed 1 up. Clayton, go ahead, tell us what you did, buddy.
You can always move ones that are.
I got Bosk over here laying in wait.
You mean Boba Fett?
The,
You said Bosk.
oh, yep, sorry. I didn't mean Boba Fett.
Alright,
I also have Bosk over here laying in wait as well.
okay.
Kind of hiding them both for now. Krennic here in the center to kind of give range to the meat of the lists.
Okay.
And then, like I said, the 2 speeder bikes on the ends of the boards, getting ready to flank wherever they need to flank.
Nice. We already got our cards picked, so let's flip them. We'll see who goes first.
All right. I got standing order.
Oh, if I get my fingers on it. Gosh darn it. Push. So, 2 units. I'll get to go first. Alright, we'll come back after turn 1, guys. Ooh, yeah. So we actually had shooting the first round, even though we had the cloudy conditions with the sandstorm. Clayton moved his guy up here. I moved special forces around to shoot at him. I dropped one. My saboteurs threw a mine. I detonated it. Took 2 suppression and did 1 damage to him. Stormtroopers moved up. She gave these guys name token, which I actually used during the mine. Snipers just stayed in the hill, just kind of readied. All them guys moved forward. They basically just readied. Darth Vader moved forward. Bosk ran underneath here to spring a sneaky ambush. Special forces went running up the ramp. Krennic and 2 of his short trooper squads moved up to the other side of the bunker. I jumped out with a speeder bike, engaged those shore troopers, took 2 of them down. Fed jumped on top of the shipping containers to get a better view. Then Morkov's other speeder bike squad jumped out, blasted them, and blew 1 away. So that was the end of turn 1. We're going to go ahead. We'll go to turn 2. And does the conditions change yet or no?
The conditions change, so now nothing beyond range
3. Okay, so now we're getting back into like more ranges. All right, we're going to go ahead and actually, what card? We must do this on camera.
I already know what I'm going to play.
As do I. If I get my fingers on it. Ugh. All right, ready?
All right, yep.
Oh.
Okay, so.
Krennic has a special card too.
Yep.
Go ahead, Markov. Tell what it does.
Cunning. When your commander's specific command cards are played, if there would be a tie for priority, treat your command card as though it had 1 fewer picks.
That's one of the dangerous things with Krennic, because if you start tying cards, you still go first.
So, Krennic gets his order fulfilled.
I do 1 special forces and 1 operative. I only have special forces, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll pick Oh, shoot.
It's good. My leader's still there.
Okay. Fat fingered it.
The other special thing with the Krennic card that I played
Yeah.
is I get to take 3 tokens after they're shuffled randomly,
Yeah.
and I get to look at them, and when I go to possibly draw from my pile, I can actually pick one of the 3 that are on that card.
Wow. So I'm about to get schooled here this turn, it looks like. All right, then. We'll come back after turn 2. We'll be back.
And that was
Right. All right. So, turn's a little bit longer than anticipated. Markov just scored 3 objective tokens. So he has more guys in between that objective, and here. Shoot sting wise, I put 7 wounds or 6 wounds on Bosk. These guys moved up. He only has 1 wound left. These guys dealt with the last speeder bike. These guys moved up, put 2 wounds on that squad. This squad took 2 wounds from this squad. Vader walked up through his saber and killed the last 2. Fett jumped down, shot at Vader, kind of missed. His Markov speeder bike sped up around, put 2 wounds on Vader. Still can't see anything. I should be able to see something now, turn 3. My snipers are still kind of out of range of everything. Alright, we'll be back with turn 3. Alright, so we picked our command cards for turn 3. And, ooh. So Reptilian Rage. I picked Master of Evil though. Darth Vader in 2 units. When Darth Vader is issued an order, he gains 1 dodge token. When Darth Vader activates, each enemy trooper unit at range 1 and 2 of him gains 3 suppression.
Yep.
And what's Reptilian Rage do?
During Bosk's activation, he can perform up to 2 actions, and he may suffer 1 wound to perform a free move action.
Okay.
Not going to do the wound, but I might be able to deal with a good chunk of those Imperial forces, or even take out the leader in the back there.
Okay. So let's go ahead. We'll throw our tokens down, and we'll get into the turn. All right. So that was the end of turn 3. A lot happened. Vader moved up. Put 3 wounds, 4 wounds on Krennic, and then killed that one guy's battle buddy. These guys moved up, threw grenades at him, did 1 damage. These guys, because of Vader being close enough, ignored her suppression, aimed and threw grenades and blew up a speeder bike. But they took 2 wounds from Fett over here. These guys moved up the ramp, dropped the Death Trooper, but Death Troopers opened up. Dropped 3 guys. These guys moved up to get up on the ramp. They couldn't get a good bead on Boss. They moved up and around the corner, try to engage him. My snipers finally had a shot and eliminated that short trooper unit over here. We're going on to turn 4, guys. We'll see what happens. All right, Markov, you ready?
Yes.
And the flip. I just did coordinate to fire, so I picked 3 core units. You picked Boba Fett. What would you pick for him?
Whipcord launcher. Boba Fett can perform moves while engaged with a unit that has 1 or more immobilized tokens. During Boba Fett's activation, he gains a free action. Choose an enemy trooper unit within range 1 and in line of sight. It gains 2 suppression tokens.
Okay.
Put that over there.
Sweet.
Zoom in a little bit.
This camera doesn't do a good job of zooming, plus the glare. All right, we'll come back after turn 4.
Which gives everybody 3 suppression tokens. 2 suppression tokens.
That was the end of turn 4. I blew up the speeder bike with grenades.
You gain a victory point for this one and this one.
So I'll gain 2 victory points.
And I'll gain 1 for that one.
Okay, so you're going to have 4 to my 2 so far. This squad kind of helped through grenades. They blew up the speeder bike. This squad here and got killed by the speeder, actually by Fett. Fett shot them. Vader ended up resting, then free action choking the one dude next to him, and then sliced Krennic in half. These snipers fired at them, didn't do anything. These guys, the scouts got hit by the death troopers, lost like 3 guys. It was pretty bad. These guys moved up, they just put damage. Boss charged up, killed 3 guys. Boss is hard to deal with that regen and everything. So we're going to go into turn 5, and we'll be back. Got to have the camera running. So I picked Vader's 1 pip, and you picked
Boba's 2 pip.
Boba's 2 pip. So you activate Vader first, and then I can recycle his pip back into the stack. So we're going to go ahead and get into turn 5. All right, that was the game. The turns are getting really fast now. Fett did a boss move because of his arsenal and wiped out the entire squad with 1 shot, his flamethrower and his gun. Vader, he caused suppression on Fett, only did 1 wound to him through his 2 attacks of his 2 activations. Snipers, in conjunction with the scout unit, which they're activated, that token's just not done, eliminated them guys, and 1 guy survived with Bosk. This will be turn 6. We'll see how it goes. I think Clayton has this because of victory tokens, but we'll see. Alright, the big reveal for turn 6. I should probably flip it over. New ways to motivate teams, what I picked for Vader, and you picked lying in wait for Bosk. What's that do?
Boss gains sharpshooter 1, and after enemy unit activates, boss gains 1 aim token.
Okay. New ways to motivate. When a friendly non-Darth Vader trooper unit with a face-up order token activates, it may suffer 1 wound to perform 1 free action. So we'll see how it goes. I'll place the tokens and see what happens.
I should have moved Boba to attack Vader last turn.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the game is over. Somehow I pulled it off.
It is a total of 5 victory points for me to 6 victory points for DJ.
Oh, what does your bounty? Doesn't your bounty token count?
I'm counting that in.
Oh, are you?
So I'm scoring 0 points for this turn. If I would have went first before Vader got to activate, I would have started with Boba and moved him back into range. And attacked from range on Vader, which would have given me an additional 2 points there.
Well, I activate first, so I forced you to go to hand to hand.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So at the very end, on the last turn, you get 2 tokens for each objective you hold. Luckily, the special forces died gloriously, pulled Bosk off the objective. Just my amount of shooting earlier eliminated these guys, so I was able to move up, take it over. They shot at Bosk and put him back up to 6 wounds again. Bosk is gross. Snipers, they kind of didn't do much. The only reason I won this was Vader stayed within range of the objective, and since I get to activate first, I had just enough to charge into Fett to force him to either disengage or fight. And I couldn't kill Fett at all. You rolled an absurd amount of defense dice.
I did.
You rolled 9 defense dice?
9 defense dice because of his impervious roll, which gives him 3 additional based on Vader's Pierce 3.
I hit with all 6, so you had 6 defense dice.
Yeah, I rolled...
You took 1 damage.
I took 1 damage, so I rolled 9 blocks. Or 8 blocks.
Yeah. Absurd. Fett's definitely really good. So I wanted to kind of highlight the budget or the entry point into the game. Markov, what do you think though? Do you think this list is viable?
I think it is viable. I definitely think that the hazardous conditions or the limited visibility
it helped me immensely.
Helped you out a lot, especially early turns, because I had to move my speeder bikes an immense amount of range.
Yeah.
To do anything, to even get any attacks off in the turn itself.
Yeah.
And it ended up making me lose at least half of a unit of a speeder bike early on.
Yeah.
I did have my second unit almost survive for full attacks from grenades. So,
Yeah, you forced me to focus a lot of fire on units, and like you said, off camera, your list was built specifically for objective taking.
Correct. So this was an objective focus list, which is another reason why Bosk and Boba are in it, because you can put a bounty token on to unique characters such as operatives and commanders.
Yeah,
And if I'm not mistaken, now with the new rules, there's also vehicles that can get unique characters, so you can throw bounties on them as well.
oh wow, that's kind of big.
Um, each bounty,
Yeah,
if they're collected by different people, is an additional victory point, which is why I ended up with 5 instead of 4.
yeah.
Boss did end up killing his target, which was
The regular Imperial officer.
and he ended up surviving to the end, which is needed to collect the bounties.
Yeah,
Bosk was 3 health away from Vader from collecting that bounty.
yeah, yeah. You did 5 wounds to Vader, and then honestly, like I said, we noticed this earlier. I picked kind of generic abilities for Vader. I should have picked the one for the giving the dodge. So if you guys end up building this list just to get into Legion, probably swap that in instead of battle meditation, because it kind of Vader's really not a good command character. He's more or less like I give everyone fearless, I jump up there and I kill stuff. Which is what you have to do with him.
Yeah, Vader, in my experience, is a late game powerhouse. So if you can get him to survive to the late game,
Which happened in this game, really.
correct, you're golden. Because
Yeah.
as you saw in between the rounds, Vader ended up finishing off 3 units, including a fully health Krennic.
Yeah.
And ended up putting 2 wounds himself on Boba.
Which is actually really hard itself. A lot of folks, I think, downplay Boba for how expensive he is. But against another character, he is really hard to beat. Especially a Force user with sabers.
Mandalorians in general are very good against any kind of armies that have Pierce.
Yeah.
Because they all have that impervious rule, which gives them additional dice depending on the Pierce value.
And that's really huge. Like, that last roll, we should put it on camera. You were rolling 9 dice for defense, which is just ridiculous.
Vader hit every single dice on his attack roll, but because of the impervious rule that Bosk has, I got an additional 3 defense dice on the roll.
Yeah.
And ended up blocking, like I said earlier, 8 of the 9 dice.
Which I just looked and we were both like, wow, that was just awesome.
He has, 2/3 chance to block on a red dice because he surges to defend?
Yes. Surging to defend's really huge. Really huge with him. I'm curious I think I might run this list again. And only thing I might tweak is Vader a little bit. But like other than that, like the grenades helped a lot. Just having the amount of special forces helped actually. The mission also kind of gated my snipers, because usually in games, they're what you use to really knock out tough units or just kind of wound units.
Yeah, the snipers can help focus fire down a couple of units, or even spread out the damage a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 dice attacks aren't really much to go off of, but whenever you can't spend dodge tokens on them,
Yeah.
and you can never have full cover against them either.
Right,
It's very
because
helpful.
you're right. And I just realized something. I've played with the scout trooper units a lot in other games. They never survived to the end. I got lucky today. Because they're kind of hard to use because the range of their blasters only 2. And like they're supposed to be sneaky. If they do get that range 2, if there's 5 of them, that's 10 black dice.
Yeah.
So like that's what happened to that speeder bike. I think they killed it over by 2, I think, when they shot at it.
Something like that, yeah.
And then whenever there was only 2 of them left, they're throwing 4 dice at the death troopers, which is just absurd.
Yeah, and I didn't roll any blocks for that one either.
Yeah, and that dropped them guys. Oh, you stopped one of them from cover, because even though I ignored cover, you had 2 suppression, I think, that one time. Whenever they shot.
No, they did end up being the ones that took them out, though. I didn't roll a single block.
Yeah. Death Troopers is rough. I don't know, guys. I hope you liked the video. We're going to try to get some more Legion play. If you guys like it, comment below. Throw any suggestions. I did realize I'm going to have to, because this will go up the same time the Legion budget video goes up. I should go to all the videos and put the army list in the descriptions, instead of like people having to watch the video and write it down. Alright, this DJ the Guildmaster, what's going on Gamers Guild, and until next time, we'll talk to you.